Hello everybody, and in courtesy of the new Avatar series airing on Netflix, I decided to talk about which is the best element. Now, sub-elements will be joined with the main element. This means metal and lava bending will go into earth bending, while lightning and combustion bending will go into fire bending. Now, first, if you haven't seen Avatar The Last Airbender, I'd highly suggest go watching. It's a great show, and the more people who watch it, the better. First, let's talk about fire. The fire element is made by taking one's own energy, pushing it out of the limb. This creates fire. Some say it's only made for destruction, but Ren and Shaw would say otherwise. They are the dragons Aang and Zuko visited in Book 3 of Avatar The Last Airbender. They are the first firebenders ever recorded. Fire is a powerful element, and you have to use a lot of passion to use it. It can be drawn from hate, anger, love, sadness, or any other emotions. The first sub-element we'll be talking about is combustion bending. Combustion bending is so rare, we've only seen 2 people use it. Combustioning Man and Plea. You can combustion bend by drawing an eye tattoo on your forehead and using your chakras to force the energy out of your forehead. Unlike fire, it's more like a missile, being able to explode on impact with objects or other people. This is a very powerful form of bending, but also very dangerous, as we see Combustion Man with multiple missing limbs. The second sub-element of fire bending is lightning bending. Some people call lightning bending cold-hearted fire bending, as it's more precise and deadly. In the original series, it's only seen to be used by people in the royal firebending family, but by the time of Legend of Korra, it's shown to be more common. To lightning bend, you must separate the negative and positive charges in your body to produce it. You can also redirect it using lightning redirection. To do this, you need to take it in with your arms, move it up along your arms, down to your stomach, up and out the other arm. You can't rush this process, as the lightning might hit your heart and kill you. Overall, fire is a powerful element and gets stronger during the day and even stronger during Sozin's Comet. But I don't think fire would be the best choice because it's mostly offensive form. You can't really use it everyday life besides a few exceptions. It's also very destructive, as fire can burn lots of things. And since this list is which I think is the best, I'm gonna put fire in the 4th place. Sorry, firebenders. Next, let's talk earthbending. Earthbending is an element of determination. You need to be as stubborn as a rock to move it. You have to stand your ground, not budge, and force the rock up. Earthbending can be used to mold stones and pebbles, sand, to sculpting mountains. You can also craft rock armor, or you could... The first sub-element of earthbending is metal bending. You can metal bend by focusing on the impure rock in metals and bending those. You can shift metals from swords to staffs to necklaces and chains. After this, we can see metal. In the original series, we see Toph Beifong being able to do it and being the creator of it. But by the time of Legend of Korra, we see multiple benders being able to do it, mainly police. Now, the other sub-element goes to lava bending. Lava bending is so rare that besides avatars, we've only seen 2 people lava bend. But the one I'll be talking about today is Bolin. Bolin's mother is a firebender, while his father is a earthbender. It is theorized that because his mother is a firebender, he can easily access the heat that firebenders have to change the density of lava to be lava. It can be used to mainly create barriers, and you can lift it up to trap people. Overall, earthbending is a very versatile skill, but I think there are better elements, so it has to take the 3rd place. Sorry, earthbenders. Next, let's talk about airbending. Airbending is used by the air nomads, who are very spiritual people who live in the 4 air temples. Airbending can be used to adjust the temperature around your body, so you could be in the deepest volcanoes or in the coldest mountains, you'll be fine. You're also able to push and pull air. You can hit your friends with a cool breeze on a summer day, or you can create tornadoes strong enough to ravage villages. Airbenders can also detect the slightest movement in air and can dodge attacks without even seeing them. The first sub-element of airbending is spirit bending. With this, you can separate your spirit from your body and move to other places. You can see other people's spirits, if they're good or bad. This technique is hard to learn for those who are less spirited, but when learned, it's a great asset to one's own skill set. The second sub-element of airbending is very rare. Only 2 people in history have learned it. It being flight. The one we'll be talking about here is Zahir. Zahir is a member of the Red Lotus and can airbend. He learned to fly. He learned to fly by letting go of his earthly possessions after losing his lover Plea. He then could fly anywhere he wanted, but he still was no match for the Avatar and was eventually defeated. Overall, airbending is a very powerful element for defensive and offensive attacks. But I think there are elements that are better, so it has to take our second slot. Now let's move on to waterbending. Waterbending is used to manipulate the water and its states, whether it be ice, normal water, or steam. Waterbenders can manipulate it. People learn to waterbend by watching the waves, and as you can see, as waves are just pushing and pulling of water, the easiest skill to learn is pushing and pulling water. This is the base moveset, and this is the base of all other moves like Water Whip, Ice Spikes, and more. But there are 2 sub-elements of waterbending. There are 3 sub-elements of waterbending. The first we'll be talking about is plant bending. You can bend the water in any plant, whether it be a single flower or a dense forest, by focusing on the little water and moving them. You can move the plants as themselves, or you can suck the water out of it and use regular water bending. But this is the absolute weakest of these 3 sub-elements of water bending, so let's move on to blood bending. Blood bending is where you manipulate the blood inside someone's body. This is the only bending technique that is outlawed in Avatar, as we see in Legend of Korra. We first see Hama do it, and the Puppet Master. She is the only known Water Tribe member to escape captivity of the Fire Nation. This technique can be used to hurt people and very, very easily, but it can also be used to block people's bending, as we see Amon do it in The Legend of Korra. The final sub-element of waterbending is healing. You can heal any wounds by following the chi paths in someone's body, and if you have special spirit water, you can even bring back people from the brink of death, as we see Katara due to Aang's injuries in Book 3. This element is usually taught to young girls in the Northern Water Tribe. Overall, waterbending can be used to hurt people, heal people, and even more. That's why I think it's the best element, as it's so versatile in its ways of use. So, what do you think? Put your answers in the comments below, and if you like this video, I'd suggest going to watch my other video on which is stronger, Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan God. Anyway, that's it from me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!